If you are looking to build an affordable trellis for your garden, make sure you watch this video. I'm Steven with Break Free Homestead. If you would, please drop down below, give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps us out. We provide new content every Friday and Monday as we grow our homestead. We give you updates, reviews, and tutorials. Today's project, we're just using the cheapest 2x4s we can get. The boards for framing, they're about $2.50, $3 at your big box store. What we're gonna do is we're gonna rip it into 4 sections here, so it'll be about 0.87, so a little over 3/4 of an inch. And then once we get those ripped, we will go back and split it the other way, so it'll be about 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch, a little bit over, but that'll be a good post for our trellises. All right, so I just ripped 2 full 2x4s. Some pieces you're gonna lose if they have a knot like this, and it gives you a good amount of pieces. I would definitely suggest cutting it lengthwise to your length, so 4 foot we did first. That way you don't have to cut, like, what do we have, 20 of these freaking things? You won't have to cut it twice. You could do this with a circular saw, but it's gonna take a long time. You're probably gonna fight it. Table saw is gonna be your fastest thing if you have it. You could also buy store-bought posts for the same application. It's just gonna cost you quite a bit more money. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the guard off, or the board, and then we're gonna get some edges on here so it's easier to pound these in. These cuts are not gonna be anything technical. They're just gonna make a point on the end of the piece of wood. All right, now that we got these nice stakes cut out, let's get them in the ground. We're gonna be putting these on squash, zucchini, and cucumbers. You can put them on any other plants that require a trellis, but that's what we're putting these on today. All right, so we're just gonna start by putting a post on the end, and then every couple feet you can add a post. It all depends on how many posts you have. It's all up to you. They will bend in or sag more if you spread them further apart, so just be, mindful of that. We just got all of our stakes in. We are going to use this twine. Super cheap, it's gardening twine. You could use any type of rope you really want to. This is just what we had, and it's relatively cheap, so let's get this up. First, I'm gonna show you on the small section where we're just using 3 poles. You could really make any design you want to, as long as there's horizontal and vertical strings. So here's an example of a small section of the trellis, and just to show the different ways, you could just do an X. I don't really think that's the most efficient way, but I figured I'd show you. The one I like is you just do the line all the way across, and then all the way across on the bottom, and then you kind of just diagonally put it all the way along. Now the cool thing about making a trellis system like this is that you can really just move this up and down It'll kind of pull on the poles a little bit, but you can move it up and down as needed to move it around to your plants. And this can also go as high as you want. If you go higher, you might want to make these a little bit wider or thicker, just for more support. But you can do that. You can do 8 foot, you can do 6 foot. It's all up to you. These are 4 feet, and I think it'll be just perfect for this application. These are already starting to grow out, and if you put them up, it should be able to train onto the trellis. Give us some more room in the garden. So just like I did with the wood one, these are some, I guess, garden stakes. If you buy a lot of them, they'll add up and get pretty expensive. They just kind of bend a little bit more than wood and a little bit more than we'd like. So that's why I just switched to the wood. It is cheaper to make a lot more, although you are doing some work to get the woods ones. If you would, please drop down below, give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps us out. We provide new content every Friday and Monday. See you next time on Break Free Homestead.